Hi, and welcome to my first year engineering project. My name is Richard, and this is the multi-pen which I developed for the 3D printing topic of interest. First, this is a brief design overview of the project. As you can see, it's a full timeline of the various checkpoints through our development process. So design project research. So before stepping into the production, we first did a little research on 3D printing. So the three main types of manufacturing are subtractive, formative, and additive manufacturing. And 3D printing is a form of additive manufacturing. So the limitations of this form of 3D printing manufacturing is that if there's a restricted options of material and the size of product cannot be too big. Okay, so our inspiration basically came from a Swiss Army knife, which we thought is a good fit for the useful vacation tool prompt. So we brainstormed around the need of the traveler and developed three essential functionality module. First being the versatile writing and recording, second being the safety and signaling, and third being personal utility. So this shows the initial blueprints. And the first major design iteration was the modular pen V3, in which we had basically the main body of the main body component fully designed. And following that, we did some more development on each of the individual tips, like utility modules, and came up with the final design iteration prior to the end of milestone 1. So yeah, all the key modules over here is fully developed. And this is a brief overview of the bill of material. Through adding up all the components, we sum up to $18, which is below the budget limitation. And so beyond milestone 2, we start manufacturing. This is pictures of the manufacturing process. So yeah, it ended up all the the subcomponents ended up integrating into the utility modules successfully. So yeah. Now I'm gonna do a brief discussion of the functionality and objective of this project. So as you can see, all of these requirement is met. This is a compact design for vacation, and also primarily 3D printed. Also, it stayed below the budget constraint of $40. So, and at the end, it's also a safe and practical tool to use. So now I'm going to show you a brief demonstration. Now let's demonstrate the final multi-pen prototype in action. First, this is the fully enclosed view of the device. In this form, the multi-pen is compact, portable, and easy to carry, which makes it practical for traveling and outdoor activities. Now we'll further demonstrate a collapsed view so that we could examine each functionality of this device. As you can see, this is a fully collapsed view of the multi-pen. Here, each individual component is taken out from the body, so you can see each module clearly. Now I'll demonstrate how each utility module is used. First is the writing and recording module. So this is defined by these two interchangeable tips. So one is the pencil, one is a crayon, which happen to look like a lipstick. What you do is you could use this to mark maps and sketch and do all that. And second is the personal utility module, which is defined by this this ear pick over here. So on vacation, if you feel that you clog your ear, you can always take some earwax out with it. And third and lastly is the most complex system, which is the safety and signaling function, which integrates two individual tips. One is the whistle, and one is a integrated mini LED light. So in the night, you could use this to find your way out and illuminate stuff. And this is just to signal where you are. Overall, the multi-pen combines multiple useful travel functions into one compact portable tool. So through the design process, we met some obstacles. Obviously, the original thread system is a little bit inaccurate dimensionally, so it didn't fit properly in the start. And also, the internal compartment was found to be too narrow, couldn't really fit all the sub utility modules in at the first place. And also, the fully enclosed device need greater structural stability through the development process, and also that early manufacturing process was a little bit slow by the 3D printer malfunction. And some advice for future engineers, definitely start prototyping early. The design idea may look great, but it will take a long time for you to actually implement it. And also expect multiple iterations. There's definitely going to be a lot of errors down the road. And also test the 3D printer beforehand. Make sure it works. That's the most important thing. Overall, don't make the project too complicated. That's just going to drag the development process. And this is my reference for the research part. And thank you for listening. Yeah.